Yay! And we're back. So here is the fourth computer I wanted to show you in this week's segment. So the first was the Street Fighter. The second was the Gamdias Talos. The third was the Corsair. And here's the fourth, which is the final one for this week. And for a while. But who knows? I mean, we'll see. If I got time, I'll build something else and I'll make a little video of it. But yeah, but pretty much all the builds are done. So this is the case is very popular. You probably see it from this one has been reviewed already from all the content creators. So I guess there's no reason for me to review it, right? But I'll just briefly review it, I guess. So this is the Montech Air 100 ARGB version. So I think it does come, right? I'm not positive. Yeah, it comes with four. It comes with four ARGB fans. 1, 2, 3, 4 ARGB fans. They are universal, so they're using the 3-pin ARGB connector. All four of these, and in the back of the case is the, just a generic universal ARGB hub. All four are connected to it on the back end. I think there's a spot for a 5th and a 6th. So what I did was I bought I think that's Thermalright. I bought a Thermalright ARGB fan, and I simply connected it to the hub in the back end. Right? And then the hub is controlled by, I believe, yeah, by the reset button up here. The reset button is wired to the ARGB hub on the back end of the case. So all you do is you press the reset button, and then all the fans are in sync and they just change colors using the reset button. Okay? So what else is unique about this case or the build? Well, really nothing special on this one. So, yeah, that's how you open the glass, right? You open the glass, and then you can simply unconnect it, like right here. You see that? And you just pull it straight up. You just pull it straight up exactly like I showed you on the Gamdias Talos. You just pull it straight up. It's the same exact swinging hinge mechanism. And what else is unique about this case? Oh, yeah. This is actually a case swap. So originally on Craigslist, I bought an Acer. I wrote it down here. Hold on. Yeah. I bought an Acer 780, which is it's a motherboard Acer 780 case, and the motherboard is Skylake, so it's Intel i7 6th generation. So that would be a i7-6700. So that's what that is. So you're not gonna believe it, but the case swap was pretty much gravy. There's no adapters or anything. So, yeah, I mean, you just, I can't remember, I don't, let's see. Yeah, I think it just uses, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's, the motherboard shape, it's kind of something in between ITX and MATX. It's kind of weird. But yeah, you could just, it doesn't really need any adapters, believe it or not. So yeah, just pull the board out and throw it in there and wire it up to the front panel. The only thing that's unique is the front pin. The pin layout. It's a little bit weird. It's up and down. So what I did was, some guy already uploaded a video on how to wire it up. So I just followed his instructions. So I guess what I could do is add his video to the video description if you're interested in and you come upon an Acer motherboard, 6th generation. Use his video to wire up the front panel, but it's that's the only thing that's weird. The USB 3 is right there. USB 2 is right there. The HD audio is right there. Yeah, that's the only weird thing is the front panel. You gotta the layout is a little bit different, so you just have to follow his instruction on what pin is the power. Other than that, it was gravy. And what I did for the CPU cooler, I left on the original OEM flower cooler, and then what I did here is I bought an adapter from eBay. It's a plastic funnel. And let me see. I guess I'll add it in the description. But it's what it's called. 120 to 80. Okay, yeah. Yeah, on eBay it's called 120 millimeter to 80 millimeter fan converter adapter, and it's just a cute little plastic funnel. So you can't really tell, but there's a little plastic funnel behind the case fan, and it goes between the OEM fan, which is the OEM fan is 80 millimeter, and then you attach the funnel, the cute little funnel on top of it, and you mounted it, you tighten it down with 4 screws to the OEM fan. Then you install this case fan on top of it, and then you install 4 more screws. So you got that funnel in the middle. It's like a funnel, like a funnel. So the funnel, you attach it to the OEM fan, and then you throw on your ARGB larger fan, and then you attach the larger fan to the funnel, which is a total of 8 screws. 4 screws for the OEM, and then 4 more fan screws for this. I've never seen that before. I just came, I was just brainstorming what to do here, because the OEM motherboard, it downclocks the i7 CPU to I think only 40 or 50 watts. It doesn't allow the OEM motherboard does not allow the CPU to go over 50 watts. So there's no point. There's really no point in putting a tower cooler on it, because unless you just want it for aesthetics. So originally I was just gonna leave the OEM cooler on there, and then I started brainstorming. And I saw the OEM cooler. It has 4 holes. It has an 80 millimeter fan, right? And has 4 holes in it. It's, hey, wait a minute. There's a way to attach a regular fan to it if you have an adapter. So I didn't know that. You can go on eBay and buy the funnel adapters. So normally the funnel adapters are used for the case fans, but I used it for that. Like I said, that's kind of cool. It worked. It worked out. There's like a few millimeters space between the video card and the fan. You see that? But there's still room there, because I was worried that because the fan is a little bit crooked and off center that it was going to cause an obstruction, but it didn't. So yeah, if anyone wants to copy that idea, there you go. Like I said, I think this is the very first time I've ever seen anybody on YouTube come up with that idea. So I think I'm the first. And if I am the first, I want credit. Yeah, give me credit, bro. So there's that. The video card is a 3-fan Zotac GTX 970. Very nice. It's a nice, good-looking 3-fan video card with a bracket, GPU bracket holder right there. White power supply extensions. What else? ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más? Yeah. Oh, the motherboard. The motherboard right here in the top corner. There's an M.2 slot right there. However, if you buy the M.2 stick, make sure. Well, I got one here. I guess let me just show you, just in case you guys don't know. No, I guess I don't have it. Okay, sorry, I'm wrong. I think I already installed it on one of the computers. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I installed it already on my laptop. Sorry about that. But anyway, right here in the top corner, there is an M.2 slot. Okay, so make sure you order the M.2 screws. On Amazon, you can get a little plastic bag of M.2 screws of various sizes. Make sure you buy that. And make sure the M.2 SSD SATA thingy, make sure it's the old school. Right? Don't make sure it's not an NVMe. It can't, if it says NVMe, it's not going to work. You know, NVMe SSD sticks, you use that for modern motherboards, you know, like AM4, AM5, and on Intel, like, right? 12 gen. But this is an older motherboard, so it's still using the older technology, which is just called SATA. So plus, I think the SATA SSDs, the notch is a little different anyways, so I'm not sure now. Even I'm not a professional, so I don't know if those notches are interchangeable now, or you can't mix it up. But just do yourself a favor, that when you buy the M.2 stick, the stick for this, it's just a standard size, length. I don't know how many millimeters that is right now. But you know, get the standard size length stick. Make sure that you order a little bag of M.2 screws, SSD screws. You can get that on Amazon or eBay. And make sure the stick says SATA, which is the original old school technology. Don't get it if it says NVMe. That's for modern computers. So you want the old school. It's got to say only SATA. Okay? So that's the only thing, that's the only tip I got for you from there. Is there anything else? Nope, I think that's it. There's nothing special on the back end. It's just the ARGB hub, power supply, hard drive goes down there, right? SSD can go up here, right? What else can I show you? Just the back end really quick then, right? Power supply, 4 slots because this is a MATX case. And this case has those bars, right? Which most cases do. I hate it. So remember, when the case is empty, cut out the bars for your video card. So it's usually the first 2. So get your Dremel flywheel and cut off the bars, which in this case is just 1. Cut out 1 bar, and here at the very top, you want to grab your baby channel locks. Everybody needs to have a pair of baby channel locks, right? Channel locks, right? Baby. And then you grab that baby channel lock, and this lip, you want to bend it up and out of the way. Okay, so you cut the bar off, and then you grab your channel locks and you bend this lip up, and that way you have total and complete access to the HDMI and DisplayPort outlets on the video card. So that way you can get the plug all the way in, because that's what you want, right? You want to be able to plug that cable all the way in. I guess I can spend 1 second to show you that, right? So here's an HDMI cable, or it could be a DisplayPort cable, right? And you see that all these cables have this large plastic or rubber head on it, and it's too big, you know. So the only way to fully plug this in is to cut the bar and to bend the lip so you can get it all the way in. You know, unfortunately, most cases, well, there's a handful of cases. There's a handful of modern cases. It doesn't have the bars anymore, which is nice. And this lip isn't here. It's already been pre-cut and it's out of the way, so that's nice. But if you're dealing with older cases or cheaper cases, they still use the bars, unfortunately. I don't think that's ever going to change, so spend a little bit more money and then you don't have to be dealing with that. But yeah, if you're dealing with budget cases or old cases, always have in your toolbox a Dremel electric. Get the air tool one if you got an air compressor, channel locks, pliers, drills, you know. After a while, you know, this is kind of like car mechanic. You know, a lot of stuff that you learn with working on cars and motorcycles and bicycles and trucks. You know, it applies to computers, believe it or not. So there's that. Okay. And I think that's it. What else can I show you about the case? Yeah, I guess that's it. The front of the case is kind of cool. It has a magnet. I never, you know, you don't see that too much. Isn't that really cool? So here's the front mesh, and you get easy access to the fans if you want to replace them. And it's just got these little notches on the bottom, and then you notch it up somewhere in here. Okay, 3 notches, and there's like a little magnet right here. So you just put it up, and then it just sticks on. So that's gravy. And I already showed you that this is just a gravy swing door, just like the Gamdias Talas. Same thing. You just swing it out, and then you pull it up. Okay? And I think that's it. That was pretty quick, right? Gravy. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so I'm finally done on this. Yeah, we're done here in the living room. I showed you all 4 computers that we built recently. So let's do a quick recap. So that's on my video, on my channel right now. I got recently, like I guess this month and last month. If you consider this month, which is May, and last month, which is April 2025. So today I showed you 4 computers, which is the Street Fighter, the Gamdias Talas, the Corsair case, and the Montech case, right? And then prior to that, I can't remember now if it was 2 weeks ago or 1 month ago, I showed you 2 computers back to back. They're on Cougar cases, black Cougar cases, and one CPU is the Q Core 2 Quad 9550, and the second CPU and motherboard combo was the i7-6700. Okay, so that's 6 in total. If you're interested, Plus, I made a video on, I made a long video on graphics cards. I had a talk on that on graphics cards. Okay, so if you're interested, and this is just a hobby. I mean, normally, I just do this at home as I don't really flip computers, at least not yet. So I just do. So far, I've only built computers, and I just either. I build computers for my friends and family, and then I build some computers, and then I keep them for myself. But for whatever reason, I never bothered to flip a computer on Craigslist or anything. But I probably should, because it just gets it's so easy now. Yeah, I recommend summer, the springtime and the summer. You can go on Craigslist, and I guess if you got a Facebook account, which I don't, but if you got Facebook, then check out Facebook Marketplace. But I just use Craigslist. And so go on Craigslist and then go to the computer section and just check every day in your area. But usually it's only spring and summer. That's really when you're going to see the computers for sale, because everybody's moving, everybody's cleaning up their house. They're doing spring cleaning. They maybe they're donating stuff to Goodwill, the thrift stores, and or they'll pull it up on Craigslist and sell it sometimes for a really good price. Some sellers are asking way too much, but not everybody. You'd be surprised how many people out there are sell it for really a very fair price or almost free. And every once in a while you'll see something free. The problem if it's free or it's really low price, you and everybody else is trying to purchase it. So that's the problem. If it's too cheap, if it's free or if it's too cheap, then you more than likely won't be able to purchase it or pick it up. By the time you send the person a message, it's gone. So have a car ready, I guess. Have a car ready. Have a lot of free time, or what else? Oh yeah, on Craigslist, if they have a phone number, make sure you call them. Don't waste your time emailing. If they have an actual phone number, then try to call them up. If they don't answer the phone, then send them a text message to the phone number. Avoid the email. You want to get them on the voice call and a text message. And tell them, hey, can you hold it for me? Smooze them like, hey guy, hey bro, can you hold the computer for me? Stuff like that. So that's how that goes. Okay. So I think that's it. Yeah, this is the last one. We are in my living room, la sala. So I guess I'll turn off the camera and then let me move this all up to the kitchen area, and then we will power on the computers so you can see how it looks like all lit up. And then I'll put the camera towards the monitor, and then we'll do a poor man's screen capture, and I'll show you Cyberpunk on some of the computers so you can see the MSI Afterburner numbers. You might like that, right? And that's it. And then that's what we'll do. We'll finish it up in the kitchen, and then we'll close it all up, and then I will upload all the videos up on YouTube for you guys to check out. All right. That's it for right now. Signing out. See you in a bit. Ciao.